traditional way of drinking, kind of like the English drink tea.
Oh, mate. Oh.
So up next, we're gonna have Colombia.
Ah, Colombia. Hey, you know how they call New York the city that never sleeps?
Yeah.
Well, Colombia should be called the country that can't sleep because they're the second largest exporter of coffee in the world.
Oh, you're right, and they have the most flowers too.
Huh.
I think up next we're gonna have Chile.
Chile.
Did you know that Chile has one of the longest coastlines and the smallest one?
That doesn't make any sense, Marcelo.
Yeah, it goes that way. Next up, we're gonna have Haiti.
Oh. The name Haiti derives from a Taino word, Haiti, meaning mountainous land.
Well, do you enjoy barbecue, Alex?
I love barbecue.
Well, then you should thank Haiti, because they're the ones who did it 500 years ago. Up next, we're gonna have Puerto Rico. So what do you think they play in Puerto Rico?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say football.
No, their national sport is baseball.
Hey, did you know that Puerto Rico has won the Miss Universe pageant a record 5 times?
Oh, that's why they're so beautiful there. All right, next up we're gonna have Ecuador.
Hungry?
Yeah.
Well, guinea pig is a delicacy in Ecuador.
Oh, I'm not hungry. I didn't know that. Did you know that this weather that we've been having is what they have all the time in Ecuador? It's supposed to be land of eternal spring. Next up, we're gonna have Guatemala. Did you know that Guatemala means the land of trees in Mayan tongue? Oh God, those Mayans.
Marcelo, we're not going to die.
I'm so sorry.
You know, Guatemala is where blue denim was created.
Next up is the Dominican Republic.
Can you speak using only your nose?
What are you talking about?
Well, the Dominicans are known for their nose talk. A little twist here, a little wrinkle there. The nose knows.
You know, it's also supposed to be one of the happiest places to live. It was ranked second in the world.
Ah.
Next up,
What
we're
about Costa Rica?
Costa Rica. You know, this was the first country to formally abolish the military.
What a peaceful place.
It's also, home to over 425 bird species and insects.
Wow.
Next up, we have Panama. You know, Panama is the southernmost country in Central America.
It's also the only country where you can watch the sun rise in the Pacific and set in the Atlantic.
Next up, we have Jamaica.
14 years ago, the bobsled team made history at the Calgary Olympic Winter Games.
Oh yeah, they made a Disney movie about that. And that's also home to Bob Marley and the reggae group. Alright, next up we're gonna have Nicaragua.
Bahamas. The
The
Bahamas.
Bahamas, my bad.
You know, the Bahamas is made up of no fewer than 29 different islands.
29, that's insane!
Yeah, hey, Marcelo, where does the name Bahamas come from?
It's really unclear, but it could be Bahamar.
Shallow waters.
That works. Next up we have Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a small country in Central America, but according to the Miniature people, it was a paradise.
Yeah. You know, Nicaragua is famous for its dancer known as Pablo de Mayo and Rey Darío, who was one of the best
Next up we have Peru. You know that furry animal, the llama? Well, it originated in Peru.
But I bet they call it the llama.
Sure. And it's also home to the finest cottons in all of the world. Up next we have Belize.
Belize is one of the best places for shark viewing in the world. If you want to go to Belize, you should go during the April rainy season.
It's also a country that people visited during mini-term this year. Next up, we're gonna have Honduras.
Oh, Honduras. Honduras is spelled with a silent H.
Oh, really? It's cool. And even though it's a relatively small country, it's actually the second largest in all of Central America.
Wow.
Next up, we're gonna have Mexico.
Mexico.
Mexico introduced chocolate to the world, and hot chocolate was a sacred drink in the Aztecs.
Mexico has the oldest living tree in the world, standing 40 feet tall.
Alright, and last but not least, we have the beautiful country of Venezuela.
Venezuela, which holds the distinction of being one of the most urbanized countries in Latin America.
And Venezuela is one of the happiest too.
Wow.
See, Alex, didn't you learn something from these countries?
You know, Marcela, I did, and it was a lot more